Get them now. Get them now. Get them now. Hey, get them now. 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 Dripping, I'm skipping them up. I'm tipping them up. I'm tipping them up. They flipping them up. I'm pipping it up. Moving around. Buckle up. What did he say? I know what that boom, Hey, good morning. Stand on the media. We in the building, man. What's up, people? Good morning. Hey, I didn't get to go live yesterday. Had a lot to do. But we here today, though. Happy Thursday. It's the first. Somebody's birthday is today. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, man. Somebody's birthday today. Henny gang in the building. Giggity gang. Giggity gang. What it is. Hey. Wiggle with it. Yeah, man. It's somebody's birthday today. Happy birthday, Queen. Happy birthday, King. You know? Yeah, man. Going through a little bit. A little stressed, but I'm still blessed and feel good. I'm highly favored. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. This is who I really am. I may get on your nerves with all this over optimism and positivity, but I don't give a uck. Hey. We gonna run this CS2 back one more time. Henny gang. Give me the henny. Henny on the rocks. Hey, give me the henny. I need that henny. I need it plenty. I'm riding around in my Bentley, rocking on my kidney. Hey, don't make me do it. Hey, don't make me do it. Do it now. Good morning, beautiful people. We gonna run this CS2 back, y'all. Come on, I need everybody in the chat singing with me. Give me the henny. I need henny on the rocks, mix. Coke, Pepsi, Poke, Nah, this shit funny, man. What it do, man? There's a lot going on out here in these MFing streets, man. What is going on, B? Niggas is been telling, knew they was telling. Ooh, I might need to pour me a glass of Henny. This shit crazy out here in these streets, right? We ain't gonna run the CS2 back. We gonna leave it just like that, man. Good morning, man. Happy Thursday. If you wasn't in here before I said it, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, King. Happy birthday, Queen, really. Yeah, we in May. It's here. Yeah, it's here. Almost summertime. Need to get that ass in that gym like yesterday, you dig? All that good stuff. But look, I know y'all didn't come here for that. Wait a minute, something going on, man. Please don't tell me they about to kick me off the whoopity-wham. Oh, no, I see what happened. I think I know what happened. Hold on. Did that not fix it? Y'all can still hear me, right? Because something just happened on my screen, and that was weird. Look how God worked, though. Oh, Selena in the building. Good morning, Queen. Good morning. Y'all can hear me, right? Everything good. Cause my computer was acting real CS2 whack just now. I ain't what that was. So, man, I was perusing them YouTube streets as I do, and Savage Astro salute. This sucker free round table in the building here. We developing that. I usually be doing all that stuff, but my peoples reached out and said they threw that out there. I said I loved it, and they came. I don't know if it's a girl or a boy, so I'm gonna just say the family came up with a concept, and I love it. But I ain't gonna touch on it until we got finished product. But yeah, I'm like I'm gonna be proud about this one right here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I appreciate you for working on it. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, man. Let me see. Yeah. For sure. But yo, I was perusing. You know what I'm saying? Just like Henny, you know, we be perusing. And I ran across this video this morning, man. This is my guy, Ray Richardson. Platinum songwriter, platinum producer for Death Row Records, was around that time. Knew Tupac, good friends with Tupac. Real tapped in guy, real down to earth brother, logical. He does his homework, don't talk about nothing without having receipts. We got a lot to cover this morning. That's why we're gonna get right to it. And he's been on this on Reggie Wright Jr.'s neck for a very, 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 very long time. He calls Bum first, and Gullible John. Salute to that. That's hilarious. But yeah, because he understands that there's something that ain't quite right with what happened back then, you know. And then he knows that Reggie the Rat Wright Jr., that's what he calls him, has been running around here, you know, lying, telling a lot of lies with Gullible John. That's what he calls him. Yeah, and they just been running a lot of lies on the internet about Tupac, about Suge Knight, about the whole Death Row story. For an example, he Reggie Wright be out here telling stories about things that he wasn't nowhere around. But you would think he was there. Like he had firsthand information. And then several people have came out and said Reggie don't speak on our behalf. We don't, Suge Knight being one, he don't speak on our behalf, on my behalf. I don't know what he's talking about. He wasn't there. That's not what happened. Don't know why he's doing that, but we know why he's doing that. Now the truth is starting to come to light, man. That's the orca. Remember he told y'all, man, he's the orca. Yeah, he's the orca. So if some of y'all been up under a rock and you haven't heard yet, but we're going to make sure you hear today, the grand jury, you know, will keep D's on trial for the murder of Tupac. And the grand jury has already heard from Reggie Wright, who has nothing to do with that shit, by the way. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as the grand jury came together and they started, he went up there and testified. So Keefe D and his private investigator has recently came out and said that Reggie Wright orchestrated the murder of Tupac Shakur. So that accusation was so loud that trial got delayed for a year. It's been a few months now, so it's approaching soon. But they had kicked it down almost a year because of this private investigator and what Keefe D is alleging now. And Del Rey, all the way up until this point, has never said directly what he's saying in this video here. All he has been pushing is it was negligence on Reggie Wright Jr.'s part because he pulled the officers, the two security guards that Suge Knight put on Tupac that night. He pulled them off. And then Suge told Reggie to put 5 more people on Tupac, and he didn't send nobody. And that's what Del Rey has been preaching this whole time. And he said, so because of that, that's by way of negligence, that Reggie Wright is, you know, responsible for Tupac's unaliving that night because he did the security. He was the head of the security team. Well, this morning, something came up, something he figured out, something he seen, something he read, something he put together. I don't know. But this morning, he has taken it a step further. So the title reads, Proof. Reggie Wright Jr. set Tupac up, the lies, the setup, the cover up. What's up, Reg? And by the way, we're gonna get to the video right now. Bomb First has filed for bankruptcy. I don't know. I don't want to speak on what I don't know, which chapter, but it's the one where you got to start selling off the assets. So y'all smarter than me when it comes to that, so you know what I'm talking about. And what's crazy about that is John, who is part owner of that channel. I don't even think he's part. I think he's majority owner. Reggie will say otherwise. John never even told him. Never told Reggie he was doing that. Never told him that he filed bankruptcy. Never said that he was auctioning off Bomb First. Didn't say anything. So, and Reggie said that himself. That speaks volumes. But we're going to get to the video now. Salute to everybody that pulled up. I appreciate you. I don't want to hold it up because we got a lot to get to. So let's get to the content. Let's go.
I always wondered where Suge Knight got this statement from. Ladies.
Sorry, y'all. I'm going to run it back one more time because I got to give him a proper introduction. Again, salute to Del Rey. This is Straight Game TV, the YouTube channel. Link will be in the description of this video. Please go show him some love if you ain't already following his page. I'm telling you, very detailed. He don't talk about nothing unless he has the receipts, and he's the receipts, and he's very tapped in with that whole movement back in the day. He's very tapped in. So please go show him some love. Let's go.
I always wondered where Suge Knight got this statement from. Ladies and gentlemen, Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. helped orchestrate and set up TUPAC Shakur and Suge Knight. He was working against Death Row. Let's get into some of this straight game.
Life is like some cards. It's not what you dealt, but how you play it. Play each situation correctly. I remember they used to laugh at a brother.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. It's your boy Del Rey Richardson, platinum artist, platinum songwriter, Straight Game TV. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your time. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And like I always said, if you want to be one of the first people notified, hit the little bell notification right below this video, and we'll notify you when we drop some of this straight game. Ladies.
Twist by Meeks. Good morning, Queen. Savage Astro, yes, we did. You know that? I thought that, but I wasn't sure, so I didn't want to say. I didn't want to say, dude. I was thinking that, you know what I'm saying, but I couldn't remember which way that went. But you're right, you did. So she's a female. Savage Astro is a female. Thank you, Queen. Now we get back to the content. But it's a little twisted. Appreciate you, Queen.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just came across something very important. I've always wondered when Suge Knight said that I had two of the toughest guys on TUPAC, right? But Reggie pulled them off of him. I've always wondered where that statement came from. Why would Suge say that, right? Why would he say that? And I found the key piece of evidence of why he would say that. But it reveals more than just why he said that statement. Right? It reveals so much more. And what it reveals is, well, first let me show you where it came from. And then I'm going to break down what you should understand from what this is. This is where the statement came from, where Suge Knight said, I had two of the toughest guys on TUPAC in Vegas that night, but Reggie pulled them off of him. Listen to what Frank Alexander says right in front of Reggie the Rat Wright Jr.'s face and Suge Knight's face when Suge was trying to find out what happened. Listen.
TUPAC and Alexander are alone in a crowd with no radio or weapon.
I think this needs to be let out. To me, that's the beginning of our downfall.
I don't own Right Way Security. I work for Reggie. I go, there should have been more security with us. I go, I had already asked you and told you that we needed more bodyguards on Pac. I go, I asked for more security. I go, He goes, well, what happened to Michael Moore? He was with you that day. I said, he was called to go back over to 662. And every answer I gave Suge was answers that Reggie should have been giving Suge or Suge should have known. So then Suge says to me, he goes, I'm sorry, he says to Reggie, he goes, Reg, he goes, what's up? You know, what was the breakdown in security? And Reggie was like, and Al was a supervisor, and now here's the finger being pointed again.
Boom. You hear that? What does that reveal to you? Let me tell you what it reveals to me. First and foremost, Suge Knight asked asked Frank Alexander. He said, well, Frank, what happened to Michael Moore? He was with you earlier, right? Then Frank goes in to say, Michael Moore was pulled off of TUPAC and called back to Club 662, right? We know for a fact that was Reggie, based on the fact that Tim Williams, who was Michael Moore's roommate, was in the room when Michael Moore got the call from Reggie asking him, or basically telling him, to come to Club 662. Listen.
When it comes to Michael Moore, was anybody calling his hotel room, trying to figure out his whereabouts, or see if he was coming to 662 or if he was still on TUPAC? Was there any kind of information like that you were witness to?
There was a phone conversation, John, but I don't know exactly what the conversation was about. After Mike got off the phone, what I do remember was he was angry because he was told not to carry his gun, and he had got taken off the TUPAC.
Okay, my follow-up to that question is, you said he was angry that he couldn't carry his gun and that he was taken off of TUPAC. Is the reason he couldn't carry his gun because he was taken off TUPAC? Like, were they going to make him go to the club or something, and that's where it was off limits to carry the gun?
He was mad because he had gotten taken off of pot, and he was mad because he couldn't carry his weapon to the club.
Gotcha. Okay, so he would be unarmed at the club. How were you? Where the phone call took place? How were you a witness to it? If you don't mind explaining that.
Because I was his roommate. I was in the room with him.
Smash. So, when in front of Suge at Suge's house, and Suge is basically, Frank Alexander is explaining to Suge what happened when Suge was wondering what went on. And Suge basically says, well, where was Michael Moore? He was with you earlier. And he said Michael Moore was called back to the club. Notice when Frank Alexander shift to Reggie to explain what happened, Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. defers and says that, well, Al Giddens was a supervisor. No, that's not gonna work. Remember, Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. said that he talked to TUPAC twice that night. Once he told it to the grand jury. So you have to understand, in him saying all of these things that he did, right? And then you rewind back to when Frank Alexander was talking about when Suge was trying to find out what was going on. What else did Frank say? Frank said, I told you Pac needed more security. That is proof what? That what Suge was saying as far as the security guards and sending more security when he told Reggie, that it's true. Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. lied about that. See, they're right in front of his face. And Frank is telling Suge right in front of Reggie's face, I told you that Pac needed more security. I told you this, blah, 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 that. And then Suge then turns to Reggie. He's like, yo, what's up, Reg? All of the questions that Frank Alexander was asking was supposed to be answered by Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. Namely, the question and why when Suge asked about, well, Michael Moore was with you earlier, what happened to him? And Frank Alexander said he was called back to Club 662.
To this day, I believe that Tupac was under the impression that I was going to be going to the MGM Grand with him. But that wasn't the case. When I went to my room, I knew in my heart I wasn't coming back because I had been instructed to go to Club 662, and that's what I did. He got a little upset because now that I think back on it, he said he's paying for this shit and that he is telling us where we're going. I remember him saying that real loud that day in the lobby, that I'm paying for you, you go where I say go. And then I said, Frank, you need to make a phone call to Reggie.
And Pac said, Michael, come over to the MGM and meet us over there.
Tupac even called Reggie and had Frank get in touch with Reggie to find out where Michael Moore was at. So the problem was festering, and I knew something wasn't right. So when I went to my hotel room, I told Tim Williams, something is not right here, Tim.
And when Frank referred to Reggie to respond, notice Reggie said nothing about calling Michael Moore back to Club 662. So when Suge Knight says, I had two of the best guys on Tupac that night, but Reggie pulled him off of him, he got that from Frank Alexander. Frank told Suge right in front of Reggie's face, Reggie the Rat Wright Jr.'s face, what happened, and Reggie didn't dispute not one word of it from what Frank Alexander said. Amazing. Amazing. Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. set up Tupac Shakur to be hurt that night. He sabotaged his security, y'all. This right here proves everything because before, I was wondering like, well, Suge heard, where did he hear? Where did he get that from? But Reggie pulled him off of him, because he was at the fight, But more importantly, Suge didn't know that Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. had pulled Michael Moore off of Tupac. He didn't know. He didn't know anything. You hear him. He's asking Frank, yo, Michael was with you earlier. What happened? And Frank tells him what? He was pulled off and, back to Club 662. Tim Williams says what? Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. is lying. Yeah. Tim Williams also confesses that, hey, you know what? Reggie, Michael was told not to carry his gun.
I just want y'all to really think about what's being alleged right now, right? Really think about that. And I say it all the time when I talk about this, but I do think it's worth repeating. If what is being alleged is true, and I'm just telling you my personal opinion, I believe 100% it's true, without a shadow of a doubt. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove, though. That's the sad part about this, because Tupac and Biggie was taken away from us way too young. They didn't deserve what happened to them. Two brothers with a voice that can reach beyond mountains, taken away from us, taken away from the youth. Many, many blessings were cut short because we have these, I don't even know what you want to call it, because these is the worst type of, I'll call him what Suge called him, a Judas. We had these Judas who will sacrifice anybody and anything for money, fame, for whatever it was. That shit is crazy to me. And it was all taken away from us for greed. But here's the thing. Then you turn around and mock Tupac. You name your channel Bomb First, a Tupac song, Bomb First. You praise Tupac when you want to raise money and you want to prey on your subscribers and fans and followers. But then if any of them dare to say anything remotely to what the truth is, then you bash him or you bring Wack on your platform so you don't be the one to do it. You let him do it. And then think about Mob James. His ass sat up there on many different platforms crying and moping and shug this and shug that, when the truth, he know the truth. He know he's sitting right next to the orca. He know it really happened. Which begs the question, what really happened to Buntry, his brother? But if you've been paying attention to any of that, you will also notice that Mob James and Reggie ain't as close as they used to be. And it all started to fall apart when Reggie had to go sit his ass down in jail. And Mob James was the one who drove him to the jail. How did that close friendship just dissipate like that? Just dissipated, just disappeared. They rarely see them together anymore. But they still pushing this fake ass narrative. But Suge Knight told us. Well, he told Reggie, he told you, Reggie, he said you would never be a better cop than Mob James was. You could never be a better cop than what Mob James was. Think about that shit. You would never be a better cop than James. Let's go.
Wow.
Rats.
Ladies and gentlemen, if this doesn't shed any new light on who Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. is and what happened, nothing will.
Facts.
This is right in front of Suge Knight's face. And so now we have context as to why Suge said that. And Suge said, there was already a plan to do something to him. Reggie knew about that plan. He knew about that plan.
He told him that. He told him, you would never be a better cop than Mob James, Reggie. Nigga been
sabotaged Tupac security so something actually could happen.
That nigga been ratting since 1944 Don Julio. All these niggas, man. All of them. So the message to the youth, don't even get involved. I keep telling y'all that. Don't get involved in this. This shit ain't worth it. If you do, you gonna find out the hard way. Like a lot of people found out. Like I had to find out personally. It's gonna break your heart. Cause it's gonna be somebody that you know, you trust, you love them. Nigga, you will sacrifice yourself for them. And then when the shit hit the fan and the pressure get on, you gonna see them niggas crack like crackling. That shit gonna break your heart. Then it's gonna turn your heart cold, dark. You gonna go places you ain't never thought you would go. And don't add marijuana or any other substance to it. Alcohol. Oh my God, you gonna go places you never thought you would go. And God willing, keep knocking on this wood, you find your way back. Cause some people go way out there and get lost. They can't never come back. They're shelling themselves. Cause of this shit. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. You can be solid with a group of people without the added pressure. Just be you. Knowing God put you in this world, God brought you to this world, He brought you here for you to fulfill your destiny, whatever that is. He didn't bring you here to be no soldier in nobody else's army but His. That's the shit people don't be wanting to hear. See, that's the shit that make people want to say shit to me and get out of pocket because I tell the truth. This ain't no shade. This ain't no shade to no one's affiliation. Do what you do. But I'm talking to the ones who looking for a better option, who looking or seeking to go a different way. But they don't know it exists. Or they don't have any examples of that in front of them to know that they have options. You feel me? I'm telling them you do. You don't have to get involved. There's no need for you to get involved. That's a choice you make. And I do understand the pressures. I've been it, lived it. I know it. I done made mistakes in it. That's how I know about it. And I don't have to tell 50 million war stories for you to believe what I'm telling you. This shit ain't worth it, people. Pay attention to what's really going on. Let's finish this out.
It happened to him. I wouldn't say specifically in dealing with the Orlando Anderson situation, but it was primed for something to happen to Tupac. Ladies and gentlemen, please wake up. Please wake up. So everything that Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. had said, mind you, he's right in front of Suge Knight. Frank Alexander is right there. And Frank is basically explaining what happened and said he told him that, Pac needed more security. So Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. knew. He knew that. He knew it. And he did nothing about it, man. Reggie.
Real quick, now I know I promise I'm really not stop and go so much, but I definitely want to read this message from Savage Astro. It says, people forget you are supposed to make mistakes. They are already counted as you live. It is how you react to the mistakes on whether they are forgiven or not. 100% truth. 100% truth in that message. That's a fact. We all gonna make mistakes. You learn from those mistakes. See, but if I had those examples that I'm out here trying to, that I'm trying to display, to put out there in the universe, if I had some of those in my earlier days, I wouldn't have made some of those mistakes that I made. However, I still would have made different mistakes. But you got to learn to acknowledge your mistakes. See, it's easy to get lost in the sauce, to get lost in the arrogance of shit, and especially if you're a popular person, a popular individual, and things go your way. It's easy to get caught up in that. But when it don't go your way, you better get right with yourself. You can fool other people, but you can't fool you. Maybe people do, and that's how they really get lost in the sauce. But I think it's hard to do that. Cause when you look yourself, you in that room by yourself, and you thinking about this shit, I know at least for me, I recount every little mistake I done made, no matter what the situation is. I've always been like that. It's just in my earlier day, I chose to ignore shit, ignore those thoughts.
Reggie the Rat Wright Jr., like I said, the Tupac estate, they need to really look at this guy, man. Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. Is negligent in the death of Tupac Shakur for causation and negligence. Deliberate negligence, ladies. This proves it right here. Frank is saying that, I told him Pac needed more security. Suge is saying, I called and told Reggie, send 5 more security guards. That's 2 people saying it, man. The CEO and one of the security guards. And when they refer to Reggie, the first thing he said, well, Al Gooden was the supervisor. absolving himself of any responsibility. Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy.
Like I said, once again,
Idiot.
ladies and gentlemen, I need you to digest this information. Share this video.
Definitely.
Because this right here proves beyond any shadow of a doubt as to what happened.
Facts.
The person who was in charge of security had no explanation to anything. From his own security guard telling him Tupac needed more security.
I love that LA hat.
He needed more security. And from the fact of the matter that Michael Moore was pulled off of him, and Suge didn't know and admitted that he didn't know. And when they went to Reggie the Rat Wright Jr., the only thing he could say was, Al Giddens was the supervisor.
I love that LA hat. That
as
motherfucker beefy.
He, as Reggie the Rat Wright Jr.,
I'm about to go put mine on.
And wasn't calling the shots. Amazing.
That's pretty much the end of that, man. Salute to Delray Richardson, man. Salute to Delray Richardson. I'm gonna put a link to his channel in this video, in the description of my video. If you have not subscribed to his channel, I just don't know what the hell you doing with your YouTube life. I'm telling you, boy, that brother be bringing heat. I know the Tupac story was years ago. It's been years ago. But that's our people, and it's our story, it's our history. And they be wanting us to, they want to erase it and try to get us to forget it so we can move on. And no respect to all my Jewish people. It's nothing but love over here. I'm just stating a fact. Well, they'll never let us forget the Holocaust. Ever. Why should they? I understand that. I 100% get that. I would never let you forget it either if that was me. But we have a story too. Yeah, we have stories too that don't need to be forgotten or glossed over.
Not buy new windows if you live in
That's
Washington.
a fact.
Homeowners living in Washington.
Biggie and Tupac. Not just Tupac and Big lost their life for nothing. They lost their life for nothing. Salute to my guy Big Sherm. I almost never, you know what I'm saying, go this long without salute my guy, man. My day one A1. Salute, bro. I appreciate you pulling up and showing love all the time. Monique Hill, thank you for pulling up, Queen. Appreciate you. Uda for pulling up and telling me, boy, put a poll up. Stop putting them damn polls up. Stop playing. Boy, I smack you with a pole. I hear you, Uda. I hear you. Respect. But no. They lost their life for nothing. They got taken away from us for nothing. The beautiful Steffi Weffy is in the building. Hello, Queen. Definitely appreciate you. Every single time. You know it. They took them away from us, Steffi. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I wouldn't mind listening to a revamp, a new version of How Do You Want It in 2025 by Tupac, wouldn't you? Toss it up. Shit. Instead of Brenda, Keisha got a baby. I wouldn't mind hearing some new material from the late great Tupac Shakur and Biggie Small. Life after death, death after life. However, but they took that away from us. We would never hear new music from them in this time because of greed and power. You know? And then and that's just talking about within our community. Now the government, because if you don't know the story, those that know the story, you know that Suge said it himself, and we're gonna play Brick next. We're gonna get to Brick. We got a lot to get to, but I just have to touch on these footnotes for the people who are not really following this whole entire ordeal, though. But Suge Knight said it himself. If you don't know, Suge said that there was a plan for something to happen. He doesn't say who, but we all know who. It was the government, right? The feds had been on death row for a long time. They were on them. They had been watching them. investigating them. They threw people at them like TUPAC. Oh yeah, TUPAC. So the government had been on them. So Suge Knight says that night there was a plan for something to happen, for them to do something to Pac that night anyway, because they was on him. So I put two of my strongest men on Tupac. Reggie took him off of him. I told Reggie to put 5 more men on Tupac that night, and he didn't send nobody. He said it didn't have to happen that way. So when you hear the story about Tupac having a walkie-talkie, why that is relevant, because that is only something that they do. It's a walkie-talkie that they have that can translate from miles and miles away, right? It was they had a particular walkie-talkie that it worked no matter what. It was something to do with it. It kept its signal no matter the distance. And it was another tool like an SOS that you can use to get a message out right away. So they had these walkie-talkies, and they only would have them if Suge authorized those walkie-talkies. He had no insight that these walkie-talkies were authorized and used that night until after the fact. And he didn't authorize it. And he's the one who authorizes the use of these walkie-talkies. So when he finds out that Snoop Dogg was one of the ones who had one of the walkie-talkies, and then he understands what really happened, the plot, now Suge is scratching his head thinking like, so Snoop, what was your role in this? Huh? What was up with you? And then and I'm not saying that it's true, but it does make me question, because after that, if you listen to Snoop Dogg talk about Suge, and I love Snoop Dogg, I love him. This why this shit hurts to even have to acknowledge this shit. But when you lack the information, you don't know. Like I'm not the type of person, just because I rock with you and I love you, I'm not gonna act like I don't see what I see or know what I know or figure out what I figure out just because I got nothing but love for you. No, don't work that way, and I wouldn't expect it to work in my favor either. You know what I'm saying? I can't be that blinded by love, or love for someone that you ignore was glaring in your fucking face. But I thought about it, I said, damn, you know what I'm saying? If you listen to Tupac, if you listen to Snoop after the unaliving of Tupac, he would talk about all this love that they had for one another. So much love that he was the one that went and got Tupac, and he told Suge to bring Tupac to death row. It was him that made that happen and all that. And I'm not saying none of that. I'm not saying any of that is not true. I'm not saying any of that. That could be I wasn't there. But what's odd about it was, before Tupac's unaliving, y'all couldn't stand each other. I couldn't remember none of that love. So whenever I used to hear Tupac say that, I used to look at the phone side-eyed like, well, this nigga putting 2 on the 10. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Y'all wasn't cool like that. Wasn't no love like that at the end, bro. Maybe before all that. But I remember you telling the story about that flight home with you and Tupac and Suge, where you had to sit on the flight to make sure that your front and back was protected, because you thought something was going to happen to you that day, allegedly. But now you hear him talk, it's all love. They was brothers. It was all good. And then he told the story about when he went to see Tupac and he had threw up because he was messed up behind it, and Feeney Shakur told him to clean himself up, and Tupac wouldn't want to see you like this. And well, Suge say that did happen, but it happened at his place, not at the hospital. And then when you figure out that a lot of what they wanted us to believe was lies coming out of Suge Knight, it wasn't. Suge wasn't lying about a lot of shit. But they was trying to make it appear that way. Then you find out that Reggie, was sending out subliminal messages through Suge Knight's Twitter, when people was thinking that was Suge, the Bloody Bunch is the one who exposed that to Reggie on stage. Reggie copped and admitted that that was him really sending the messages over there on that Twitter. So now you get, you know what I mean? These pieces that were all over the place are now starting to connect. And it make you look at the players involved a little bit different. Like Snoop. I don't know what role he would have played that night with that walkie-talkie, allegedly. But Suge is being very loud with his energy towards Snoop Dogg. Very loud. Over there on Art of the Dialogue. Yeah, if you haven't watched those interviews and shit, go listen to them. Really go listen to them. But what's in the dark gonna come out in the light. Now look, we're gonna get the brick. Get the brick, Tavius. Salute to my man, Gangland name. I stole that from him because I love what he doing. Brick Tavius. Yo, so Brick, apparently, some of y'all might have already heard this. I really didn't. I did see it, but I just didn't get a chance. I was busy. And it's Brick and Adam settle beef. Loose Cannon keeps lying. This is Brick Baby on Brick Baby's page. This Brick Baby putting it out, and I'm assuming that that's his wifey that he's talking to on the phone, or who answered the call. Minna, I'm bad on names. Salute, Hef. What up, bro? I'm bad. Minna. I'm gonna just say Minna. I like that. Salute, Minna. D Twins. What up, bro? Hey, D Twins. Did you really do you think I'm on to something, or because I'm pretty sure of that information I told you yesterday on the gram. You kind of like thought about it and did a little analyzing. Am I? Do you think I'm in the ballpark, or you think I'm way off on what I think? Well, what I think really happened. What I think going on. Tell me if you think I'm in the ballpark on my way off. Because that is what I think happened with all this shit. That's what really going on. You think I'm in the ballpark? I'm telling you, man. I think that's what happened. Now, when new information come out, then I'll alter my theory. But I definitely think that's what happened from beginning to end with those players involved, and that's what this energy towards Loose Cannon and his girl and all that is really about. Yeah, I think I'm in the ballpark. Anyway, so we're gonna go to this content, man. It's Brick Baby, man. Again, Brick Baby and Adam 22 settle their beef. Loose Cannon keeps lying. After this, we're gonna go to Akademiks, because Akademiks and Wack get into it, and this conversation is very interesting that they have, and it's about what happened, the aftermath of him blowing up on Cerise and Loose Cannon, and Akademiks may have gaslighted it, and him and Akademiks trying to defend himself on it really wasn't him. He was like, this was premeditated energy, and I'm telling you, that's why I think I'm in the ballpark of what I've been saying about all this. And Akademiks is doing that because Akademiks is like how Wack played it. Wack played it as if he had no idea that the girl had called him out his name and all that. Like he never heard the content, but he had also tell you out that same mouth that he has 57 to 69 to 306 spies that send him information all day, every day. Matter of fact, a spy sent him the information when Akademiks went live. Right away, I was like, damn, how did you know I was going live so fast? I swear I don't be sending him no notifications. I just went live and boom, he hit me. And Wack say his spies. So if your spies sent you that, your spies didn't send you everything Cerise said about you. They didn't clip that on up for you, and you ain't listened to it because you was busy watching that movie Sinners. That's right. But anyway, the irony in that, ain't that some shit? This nigga was watching Sinners while people was out here sinning. Let's get the break and then we'll get to that. Let's go.
Check it out, man. Another day in paradise, man. Another day away from the kids, man. Hey, look. look, don't believe the hype, man. I'm not finna be one of them dudes that go back and forth to get the hate, no jumper, and going to go hate on this dude. I'm just right here standing strong, solid as a rock. You already know we don't bend, don't fold, ain't never told, man. You already know the truth. But look, hey, they trying to steer these narratives like me and my boy going back and forth to where everybody's starting to get off their rocker and feel like we shooting jabs at each other. Hey, I've been direct the whole time ever since y'all know me. Y'all know me for being direct. Anybody that I'm gonna blow at, I'm gonna point at him and blow at him. I ain't finna sit right here and do no beating around the bush and none of that. Them other dudes left, they built the foundation off of this and the stuff that started them. I'm just awake for a second, man. If they fill in that spot, please believe that I'm gonna put dibs on who I want in my seat, man. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing. The show gotta continue, whether I'm here or there, man. Still doing the don't be late. You know what I'm saying? Don't see late. We right here live. We gonna document every step of the way, man. And I need all my fans right here to run it up so they know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? We right here with our feet up, though. Anything else change, y'all know. You know what I mean? You can listen to Lion Ass Loose if you want to. I don't even understand. I can't understand it. A dude, a young brother coming here, I show him nothing but love, you know what I mean? He goes to the internet with a million lies, man. He ain't touched nobody and let nobody die, man. I hope y'all know that goes a long way when a million lies get told from jail, man. The nigga come here and be the best he could be in the Army, in the Navy ass nigga, man. You hear my baby in the background, that's who missed me the most. All my babies, man. Y'all got me away from my babies. Y'all clipping stuff that the feds don't even have. Y'all helping them beat me. You get what I'm saying? Like pay attention to the families that y'all destroying and the houses y'all burning down, man. I'm already pushing 40. What y'all want to see me come home at 60 old and won't out? I'ma still be that dude. I'm omnipresent. They gotta go through me or it's nothing. You know what I mean? If it ain't me, it don't do numbers. If it ain't me, it ain't nothing off the back. And the next time I run some fades, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna let y'all know and give a nigga a breather. Nah, but hey, don't be late, man. I'm just right here popping it. It's all good. Another day in paradise, man. We still live from the feds, live and direct, man. Y'all want a nigga in the shoe or something, keep on posting the type of content y'all posting, man. Leave me alone. Y'all up my family. They got a thank you button with a $, man. You understand me? Go ahead and go hit that for the babies and all that. Since y'all want to tear down the legacy. You know what I mean? I post Zoe cash app for y'all. You know, run it up. She need gas money. We went electric. Damn, this phone fucking up again. Hey, man, in a perfect world, everything could be everything, but you know what I'm saying? The motherfucker ain't got enough to talk about except for the brick, man. They gonna throw wrenches in any program, man. You already on the street, they ain't never pulled up on you, you big booty bastard. I don't know why you keep on talking about me, bald head punk. He a green grape, he from Pacoima. I don't even know why nigga even talk about me on the show. You done already lied to the nigga about some bail money from last year. You want a friend bad, bro. Don't nobody with you, bro, or your what is your protege? He done rolled it up and got up out of here. He still making videos like he right here with me, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm still undefeated at this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm standing tall through it all, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing basketball. I'm whooping ass for money. Nah, I just got my ass whooped for money today. But you know what I'm saying? I'm playing basketball, man. I'm playing poker, man. You know what I'm saying? Ask Luke if he shower every day, man. Have he got his shower shit together, man? You understand me? He works out and goes to bed in the same clothes that he works out in, man. When I tell you a green grape, be a green grape, man. You understand me? But I ain't gonna keep on politicking on a motherfucker to give him more ammo to politic with me. I know he up there in everybody's business upstairs. The Blackstones asked for a fade when he walked in up there. He for sure turned it down again like he turned down my fade. I could keep going, But he got a lovely wife, and I don't want to put her in the middle of all the drama because she is a good person at the end of the day. She just got to do what he say. I know it sucks to be with a liar, a nigga that lie every day of his life. You get what I'm saying? Can't tell you the truth about what he ordered off a store list.
This call is from a federal prison.
Some of the scariest shit I've ever seen in my life, man. But like I said, shout out Trap Lord Ross. Shout out Poetic Flacco. He's for sure holding it down. Shout out Mikey. Shout out the whole No Jumper Scott. Donnie, A1. You know what I'm saying? From day one. Compton Rick Rock, A1 from day one. Who else been holding it down, man? For sure, my family. I don't want to get to screaming everybody's name on the phone, but you know what I mean? Everybody that I done reached out to, man. TLR, man. We got more documentation coming soon. Me and him, we finna start chopping it up at least once a week and give y'all something to listen to, man. But other than that, man, yeah, shout out my brother Flacco. Shout out my brother Remo. I don't want to leave nobody out. You already know that's no dub. That's nigga brother. That's automatic. We ain't even got to say nothing about that. You know what I mean? And all the ones that ain't on the internet, you know, my crew really don't do the internet shit. You know, Conrad for the app. He's always gonna be, you know what I mean, my twin. Shout out Gordy, fat ass, cry baby Gordy, you know what I mean? Like shout out the whole squad. I still got my management, Danny and Hazel, they holding it down. My wife, you know what I mean? I could go through a million shout outs, man. Shout out Blue Stain and everybody that's in here, maintaining with a nigga, obtaining with a nigga, man. But the lies have to stop. You know what I mean? That shit follows you everywhere you go. You'll see. Because the way that he done lied himself into jail, he gonna lie himself into something else in a second, man. But you know what I mean? There's no threat opposed here, you know what I'm saying? I'm armored down and protected by God in this motherfucker. I don't fear nothing but him, man. But you know what I'm saying? Until the next one, it's another one like the other one of your brother's done, man. You just the brick, not the trick, man. Don't see like this live from the feds or still in 5 South, you know what I'm saying? Running my mouth, popping shit, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to kids, man. Zoe, Kai, Sky, and Zai, fat ass. He ain't called me either. Tell my son, hey, the internet say, hey, Zai, call your daddy, man, or call in so he can call, man. Alright, I love y'all.
Salute to Brick Baby, man. Free Brick Baby till he free, man. I really, really like Brick, man. Salute to you, Brick. I don't know if my videos come across your desk at all. When you in there, I don't know if y'all got access to it like that. I'm assuming that y'all might with the little tablets. If you do, man, salute to you, bro. Be praying for you. All that good stuff. Well, I'll do what I do on the back end when it comes to that. I'm not even gonna say, cause you know they go against what I think people should do when it comes to that stuff. But salute to you, Brick. Support to be on its way. You know what I'm saying? Hold your head up. Sound like you're in really good spirits. That's what I like to hear, bro. Yeah, I'm with you on that. People, man, that other Judas over there, man. He is really trying to give time to people, boy. He is really trying to max people out. I was gonna play that. Jesus, I was gonna go straight to the Akademiks content, but my man D Twins hit me and showed me that what's the name dropped the video, Sharice and Loose Cannon, and I guess this video is going at Wack 100 at it's in response to what Wack was just saying, I guess the yesterday or the day before yesterday. So I just fresh off the press, we gonna listen to it together. Shit, let's check it.
Family take care of the remains.
Is this it or not?
In the ground or burning it all.
That guy's crazy. Yeah, we gonna fast forward all that there. We hear you. Cut the check. Cut the check. That's what they say. Cut the check. All right, let's get to it.
Hey, tell the guard that Cannon wanna holler at him. You go
Oh, real quick. The title is Explosive Call. Loose Cannon gets vicious with Wack 100. You're not like that. Oh, here we go.
The black dude. Hello?
Oh, hey.
Hello, what's up?
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. What you was doing?
Okay.
Huh?
I was just making sure. I heard you say something about the guard in Holland, so I had to make sure.
Oh, yeah. No, we good.
Okay. Yeah, just gave Callie a bath, so I'm just here getting him ready. He talking up a storm.
Yeah. Okay. How everything else going?
Everything, honey. Everything is everything. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
taking care of
Make
businesses and whatnot.
of course.
Mm-hmm.
We online right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Make sure tomorrow is vicious.
Honey,
You know what I'm saying?
why? Why do you want why? Just tell me why.
No, because at the end of the day, it's like you know doing some buster activities when you literally wait until like if you harbor some feelings because you going broke and that diaper company is not working for you. Like, bro, we don't ask him to make money for us. I make money for him. There's not one play he brought for me that I made money off of. I paid him. You get what I'm saying? Like, Cuz don't make no money like that. He be on Clubhouse and everything, gossiping for free.
Oh my
But
goodness.
at the end of the day is he gonna have to stand on everything that he say, and I'm gonna get on his chin. He wanna call out and say something about your brother. I'm your husband. Say something about me. You ain't like that, bro. All those goofballs is not like that. They soft.
Honey, I thought you wanted to dead all the internet stuff. Now you want to really start this war?
No, because at the end of the day, is enough is enough. You get what I'm saying? I talked to him. He said, "Oh, nephew, you know it's not like that. I don't let it go and all the goofy stuff like that because I'm questioning you about why people are showing me paperwork in here about TUPAC, the person that was on your case." So when I'm saying that, now you want to try to defame my name or anything like that because you know you're not like that. You know I'm questioning you about certain things. You want to lie.
Ooh.
Bro,
Honey.
pull the discovery. Full statement. You ain't going to find loose cannon name in nothing.
Okay, so do you want me to drop this today? And then the call that we did tomorrow?
No, you're going to do 9 o'clock, and then you're going to schedule it and do it for 5 o'clock the same day. We're going to smack them every day, twice a day.
Oh, Lord of mercy.
So get both thumbnails ready.
For the record, y'all hear, he's the one that wants to do this, okay? So y'all don't go try to blame me and say I'm the one doing this. You hear it from the horse's mouth. All right?
Yeah, but the crazy part about it is, where was that energy when I was chasing them around, asking them for a squabble? Like, I beat both of y'all up at the same time. Oh, nephew, you were just yelling at me. You broke my heart yelling at me. No, you not like that. You waiting until I go to jail, and it's a couple of, like a month and a half in, 2 months. And then you want to talk about something like that. He said I'll be irrelevant in 28 days. I'm bigger than him. He's a nobody. He's just a gossiping ass Wendy Williams ass nigga. Like, bro, it's not going to stand on nothing.
Bruh.
People play with him all the time. He act like he going to pull up. He ain't going to do nothing. Yeah, like, he's a sweetheart. So it's like he should stop playing games because I will expose everything about him. Every single thing. Like, he's begging every morning.
And he's trying to make it seem like it's my fault that y'all getting into it when it's truth be told, it's not. Like you just trying to make me the reason for you to go up when really and truly that's probably just how you really felt from get-go. Don't try to make it seem like I'm making a war between you two. Please.
Listen, the only thing Wack ever do is run his mouth. When it comes down to business deals and stuff like that, they played him. Big U and Zachariah played him for 200 and something thousand last year for the diapers company or whatever like that. He's talking about his diamonds and mines and stuff out there. Like, nigga, what do that have to do with it? You keep paying people. You didn't even have $10,000 to pay Zachariah. You asking me, calling me for it. So please, can you cash out this, nephew? Like, bro, don't make me expose everything about you.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
He always talks about something like that. Jay Jiggs still talking, running around talking about he want to fade. He doing the same thing that he was talking about Big Meats with Tammy. You get what I'm saying? He did that with R&B. Like third-party snitching. That's what he's doing. And acting like nobody's going to know or find out. Like, bro, you haven't
And then
heard
you want to
shit.
go and talk about, oh, the real wife is this. Okay, but who's your real wife then? Don't go start talking about real wives when you have the same situation.
No, it's not even the same situation. It's nowhere near the same situation. Nowhere near. Goofy. Like
And no pun intended to R&B because, I ain't got no issues with her. It's unfortunate that her man is disrespecting me blatantly, repeatedly every freaking day
but
now.
listen, he have to stand on all that. I guarantee you.
Listen. Salute to Sharice Mills, though, right off the back. Because when you write, you write. Why didn't I think of that? I'm not even going to hold you. Sheesh. 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 I should.
I'm going to just keep my mouth shut.
I should, but I'm not. When you write, you write. Same situation that you in. You married and got your mistress on the side. Bruh. Now, what Sharice and Loose Cannon did was way, way crazier. A fake wedding, a fake this, a fake that. Blocking Gigi out the way they did. That shit was grimy as F. Grimy as F. I want to keep my monetization, man. But that was grimy as F. But if you take the theatrics and the semantics out of it, it's the same thing. No different. And they got a sister wife involved. Man, when you write, you're right.
Oh, nephew, I didn't mean it like bros.
This call is from a federal prison.
It's plenty of times I crashed on Wack and he turned it down.
Sherm, that's exactly what he did. See, because he don't have no choice. See, on certain things, they're going to have to come on out and admit it. Which validates everything Gigi has been saying. She's exonerated 100%. Already been, but that just confirmed. Everything she's been saying all the way up until this point has been confirmed by that right there. They faked the wedding. They're really not married. They just boyfriend girl. They. I can't even say boyfriend girlfriend technically because he has to get a divorce. It's not how it works. So they side piece and side piece. I said this shit the other man. Yo, I ain't even gonna do that. I just had a feeling that them two really don't have no relationship all like that. It's that reality TV effect. That's all this is. It's reality TV effect. She probably do got a couple of little things on the side, like he got a few little things on the side, but they come together because they work. They whatever they are and whatever they do works. They both on the same accord. They know what they both want. They're trying to achieve the same thing. So they play the role. Not saying that he ain't hitting it and they ain't hitting each other here and there and all that. I ain't saying that. But I'm saying it ain't no real relationship all like that. Wack read the text messages or something. Was it Texas or he just told the story? One of the two. Oh, he just told the story. He just told the story about what Loose Cannon really be saying about his wife, about his girl. I mean, his mistress. So yeah, but when she right, she right, straight up. Y'all in the same thing. And R&B be out here talking about Wack. IBM Hoodlum, my guy, who probably mad at me because I'm just gonna tell the truth. I'm gonna I've been staying up here instead. Though was Rizite. I can rock with you, bro, but I just don't just go with someone. Not saying that's what it is, but I just ain't heard from him, so I don't know what's going on. I really don't know. But IBM Hoodlum even said it. You know? So, yeah, man, this is spooky. Let's finish. 2-piece with a side.
All the goofiness.
And fighting is not against the law, so y'all need to make sure y'all understand. When he said get down, he mean fight. So we ain't
Because they know them.
other than that.
Because they know this shit is real. It's getting real out here. You hear them? It's getting real out here. Now they watching what they say. All of a sudden now y'all watching, y'all being careful about what you say. See, cause y'all think y'all smarter than y'all smarter than the game. Y'all bigger than the program. The truth is you shouldn't even be on these phones talking, bro. A person listen to what I'm saying. I didn't even know. I want to get to that too on Damu Kiwe Conversations last night because I heard with the story with Gigi that Loose Cannon pressed charges and got on the stand against Gigi. That's disgusting. It's F. We're going to get to that. Hopefully. We're going to get to that today. But a person who is just, this out with it behind bars and comfortable talking, doing what he doing, has to feel like he has some protection with the law, from the law. Cause he's not that dumb. That's why I've been saying I think he's gonna walk up out of there because he's too confident. And now he's watching what he say. Cause he know Wack is trying to sabotage that movement. That's why Wack put it out there. So knowing that, why are you on these phones right now? Why would you I'm just saying, I know you had to do you had to do something to get up out of there. It is what it is. That's your life, not mine. But I'm looking at it from, taking myself personal feelings out of it and what my personal beliefs is, and I'm looking at it practical. If that's what the goal is, to get up out of there because you didn't sacrifice, your integrity and morals for it, why are you sabotaging yourself sitting on this phone talking right now? Why? All that snitching and telling and shit that you doing is gonna be for nothing. Let's finish.
Not because it's far worse. It's far different from what Wack did, talking about he want to blow up my house and my businesses.
Here go the snitching.
Yeah, he's goofy. He's
far different from that.
Yeah, he's losing his house. That's what.
Cannon. Oh gosh, no.
Bro, no. At the end of the day, if you want to play with my name,
Wack losing his house? He mean what house? His wife? He already lost that. Oh, is she okay.
My name is A1. His not. You get what I'm saying? That's why they were so happy when Big Unisex went to jail because they figured like, I could come outside. I could do this. No, you was only coming outside because I was with you. I guarantee you he haven't been to not one event. Not one. Every week we was going places.
Oh. Calabasas.
He know he's not like that.
Ooh. I didn't mean to hit pause. Sorry, y'all.
Sugar Plum is not like that. He's a sweetie pie. But now he put his foot in his mouth. Like he have to stand on everything that he say.
He is standing on it. What are you gonna do?
If you keep
And you've been
talking,
trying
I'm
to
gonna
be real respectful and real honorable, even despite all the things he did prior. But now, like, come on, yo, you just keep
enough is
going.
enough. Listen, I'm gonna put those videos out that R&B sent me.
No, no,
So
Cannon.
you better
What videos?
playing.
Stop that.
He better stop playing.
Stop that. Well, I don't know
Dead
why she
homies, he
sent you
better stop
videos,
playing.
but why? Why, Cannon?
Listen,
No,
he
we're not.
better
We're not
stop
gonna stoop
playing.
to his level. You're not gonna stoop
I
to
know,
his
but
level.
this is his warning shot.
Oh,
Last warning.
Lord have mercy.
Like level 4 penitentiary, this is warning, no warning shot. This is what it is. But I love you or whatever like that is gonna go up.
Oh boy. Okay.
All
Oh
right, I'm gonna
Lord.
call you right back.
All right, baby. I love you.
Salute to Sharice Mills, man. Cause like I said yesterday, man, it was getting dark for the Mills family. But they did come back striking today. You know, with some videos with R&B or whatever they say it may be. I hope it's not no revenge porn type of. You know, why would you be on a federal phone saying stuff like that while you are in the feds? The smart thing to do is have third or fourth, you know, they do this, but third or fourth party person to drop them without mentioning anything like that.
Generic Viagra for $7.
Let me get a couple of them.
I thought it was a
I'm gonna need. I definitely will need some of those. Being a free man soon. She get me some of those and get to work. You feel me, Sharon? Get some of them and get to work. I don't need that shit. I do fine by myself. Really, all I need is some marijuana, a little shot of that Henny, for real, because Henny is my favorite, or some Remy. Yeah, that's all I really need. And a willing participant that has great stamina, who won't tap out after 30 minutes. So, yeah, they can keep the Viagra. Maybe in another 5-10 years, you know, the older you get, I heard it slows down, but mine hasn't reached that yet. I haven't reached my peak yet. God, knock on this wood for sure. Yo, bro, this shit here is getting crazy. I'll say this, man. I really don't know what to say, to be honest with you. It's a whole lot of telling going on, bro. It's a lot of telling. This is what's so crazy about all this shit. This is what's so crazy. That's why I keep saying we have these gatekeepers that are purposely sabotaging the real information from getting out there. Because you won't hear Akademiks or Vlad, Cam Capone. I wish my man Art from Dialogue would pick up on some of this. You'll never hear him bring up and talk about none of this tattletelling that's going on. This direct, dry, third-party snitching that's going on right before our eyes on all parties. Everybody doing it. They all doing it. Yeah. It's just a matter of time before dude gonna have to come out and say, yes, I was an informant. What y'all gonna do about it? You want to do something about it? Come meet me in the Congo. That's all. So look, man, we're gonna get to this video, man. This is Big Act, man. It came out about this is probably 2 hours, 3 hours ago. I did watch a good, reasonable portion of this video already, man, and it's good. When I say this shit good, I got to think of a poll for this one. Boy, some things come out. So let me just set the stage and we get right to it. So the title is It Was All Good Just a Week Ago. Akademiks calls Wack 100 to ask why he went off on Luce and his wife. Okay. Don't just focus on what they are saying. Focus on what they're not saying. And focus on when they do it in a smoking mirror kind of way. What are they really talking about? What's the story behind the story? If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying. I've been told this and seen that shit firsthand. I'll wake this up and then we get to it. So the story about Wack allegedly asking the girl to sacrifice her 8-year-old child to the king and the queen for a part of the diaper company in the Congo. That story, right? When we were talking about that and brought that to you through District 13 and Danny. So a lot of y'all who know the story, y'all know what I'm talking about. This is what I mean by the story behind the story. That actually, those pieces that are part of that story, that whole thing, that actually played out on stage on Clubhouse. But it wasn't that. It wasn't. Yeah, Wack, you asked that girl to sacrifice her daughter. No, that really wasn't what the story was on stage. It was something totally different. But only the players involved know the innuendos of that story. They know what the other person is really saying and hinting at, but not saying on stage. So they have this whole story play out for the people on stage, because that's the reality TV effect of it. But it's the real story behind that story that is really being played out amongst them, the people that are in the know. And I wouldn't have knew that unless Danny did what she brought District 13 and then really broke this shit down, and then it had me looking like, oh. So all that shit there was just a storyline to cover up what really went on behind the scene. And this is why it's playing out the way it's playing out on stage. Because these are real raw feelings, but they know not to actually bring up the actual story. They had to flip it. So pay attention to that when you listen to this, and try to put the pieces together on what is really being said and what really isn't being said in this conversation. And I'm gonna make a point later on in this video to something that I caught Wack saying, and I said, "Oh wait, I'll wait till we get to that to really bring that up, and then I want us to dissect that when we get to it, because at first I'm like, boom, got him. See, you a damn lie. But then I'm like, he ain't that stupid. Why would he just willingly put that out there like that? It's almost like he wanted to slip up with that. We'll talk about it when we get to it. All right, let's go. A quick Kid the Barber salute, sir. I'll be forgetting to read out my chat before I start the video. Salute to the chat. Steffi Weppy, I made her my newest mod, which I was supposed to have did a long time ago. That's why I be wishing I can delegate that type of stuff to other people, if I'm being real, because I'm not good at it. But I caught it, so my apologies, Steffi. Should have been gave you one of them wrenches, girl. Appreciate you. And everybody else, man, to pull up in the chat, man. Kid the Barber, man. We about to rock and roll today, brother. We gonna rock and roll today. It's Thursday. Tomorrow I got a dentist appointment, man. I got a lot of stuff I got to get done with that. So, yeah, I won't be hearing from me probably tomorrow or the next day, because I got to heal. I got to heal. So, I'm going to try to get it all out today, man. I mean, I can still do content, but I just won't be doing no talking in it. But here we go. Let's go. They got me feeling like I'm Akademiks.
It's almost like fully crystallized, because Wack's been trying to get.
Did that nigga say he on crystal? That nigga's never mind.
And I'm like, yeah, there's something going on there. I don't really want to know what it is. I don't really fully know, and I don't want to get in the middle of it. But for the people who did think that I started that, bruv, it's very clear. And I watched this Wack and Adam conversation, and Adam.
Oh, yeah, that's something I wanted to say. Damn it, thank you, Sherm. I should have read the chat before I started that video. I'm telling you right now, man, I think some of those extortion plays that they said in the paperwork, those are going to get debunked. Those are going to get downgraded to something different. I think the government is in real trouble right now. Oh yeah, I think the feds is in real trouble now because a whole lot of fake ass plays and them knowing that they fake. It's either the feds knew all along that a lot of this fake stuff that was thrown out there was intentional to set Big U up and they win with it, or they didn't know. And if they didn't know, if they were going off of the word of these informants that they were using, like TUPAC and Loose Cannon and 600, if they were just going off their word and it come to find out that they were just blatantly lying, wrong, and off, then they gonna be in some serious shit. You know what I'm saying? They gonna be in some serious ish. But if it's the first one, they always this. I can see this case being drastically reduced and or just kicked out, because the only thing that can actually get him for sure to stick is the unaliving of RW, but they don't have no evidence as of right now. Just what is it, circumstantial evidence? And now, do they even? Well, I guess they do have circumstantial evidence, right? But that can go towards anybody or anything. That's not enough. You know what I'm saying? You need the smoking gun, and I don't think that they have any of that. I don't really think Big U was even involved in that, if I'm being honest with you, because that's not his MO. Whatever his MO was in the past is in his past. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my opinion. I don't know. I don't have facts on that. But that one was a hard one for me to believe from the gate. I looked at it as how I look at it now. They needed something to try to make something stick, because everything else that they had was not strong enough. And with the right team and the drive to fight this case and to stay poised, I can see this shit being drastically reduced or just dismissed all in one, because there's a lot of trickery that went on that's blowing up in real time in a lot of people's faces. Let's go.
I mean, Sharice's conversation too. It was clear Wack wanted to go off on these guys for whatever reason, and maybe it was underlying things that were brewing. But I'm not taking blame for that. I'm really not taking blame. Like, yeah, did I bring it up in a way that maybe could have incited some collateral damage? Yes, but the way it was done is not because of me, Chad. I gotta be honest with you. Like, White don't fuck with that nigga. If you ask me, let me see. Where is that? Da-da-da. Okay, Loose Cannon. Da-da-da-da. Okay, Wack goes off on. Okay, cool. I'm gonna play this, and the reason why I'm gonna play this is because remember Wack when he's on the stream with me, he's like, "Yo," he's like, "Bro, did she spoke out of turn about me not donating or me not giving them money?" That was his thing. Now when he's talking to Adam, the reason changes a bit. And that's when I know, oh, Wack just wanted any reason to go off on them. It's not me. Don't blame me on this. Listen.
Wacky.
And by the way, I'm not calling Wack. Even though Wack wants to get some woman named Gigi on here. We're not doing that anytime now, but let's go.
Man, my name is Wack, you weirdo. Stop, bro. And, I've been cool. I ain't been saying nothing. I didn't tolerate a lot of disrespect, Adam. You got to rewind it, right?
Somebody said no accountability. You're not getting the accountability part is for me to say, you got to use your brain. After you watch this, you'll realize it's not what Akademiks said that made Wack feel whatever way he feels about Loose Cannon and Sharice. Wack feels like that. And any reason he was going to go off. Because, okay, when I called him and I tried to make it a joke, and I thought he was going to be like, man, I've been looking out for Loose Cannon all this time. Like, man, whatever. I thought that's what it was going to be. Instead, he went left. When he calls up to Adam, you hear a different reason. And that's when I'm like, oh, okay, he just don't fuck with these niggas.
Let's rewind it. Let's rewind it to the fake Loose Cannon play. And I accepted the disrespect, didn't say nothing.
What, when you realized that there was another guy named Loose Cannon and that he is supposedly like inherited?
Okay, another Loose Cannon, another producer. For your woman to be comfortable disrespecting somebody, that means the conversation you having with your woman is of disrespect about that individual.
Yeah, probably.
You get what I'm saying? If you look up an R&B calling you a bitch ass nigga, that mean I got her comfortable in that pocket doing that.
That is true, yeah.
So, hey, I don't owe you or him nothing. I put y'all on.
Hmm.
And nobody know the they was until I set him on the side of me.
That's true.
So let's be real. I had to force that in there because you didn't know who the these people was when I told you I was bringing them on the show. You did that. You allowed me to do that. You like my co-host, fuck him. You know what I'm saying? It's on you. You had to fucking follow the lead or whatever the conversation with. Same shit with academics and all this. So now, let's fast forward. How the fuck you go on academic show somewhere I open the door up to? Call me a bitch.
She called you a bitch? What?
Right? No, this is the problem. Yeah, because she says, I'm his mistress. That's calling me a bitch. Let's just be real.
Did you notice that, chat? So I never mentioned that Sharice called Wack Loose Cannon's mistress, which by the way was a playful thing. But it's clear Wack heard the conversation. Now, remember when, again, I get it. I brought something up and Wack took it left. Remember I kept saying to Wack, I said, Wack, listen to the whole conversation. Listen to the whole, because I don't think she was really being disrespectful. I think she kind of say it like matter-of-factly, like tongue-in-cheek. She wasn't trying to be disrespectful. And he was like, I don't need to listen to it. And I'm like, I guarantee, like, I don't want to see like the person gaslighting. If you listen to it, you'll realize she probably had no ill intent. It's clear he listened to it because he brought up another point that I never mentioned to him. So he listened to it. I would think he would got the clarity of like, even if he thought like, yo, Ak, why you made it sound like that? I listened to it, it ain't that. He listened to it and got another point of issue. And his point of issue now is, why you calling me this nigga's mistress? That told me, oh, Wack been wanting to bomb on them. I don't know what's going on. And I don't know what's going on with Wack lose. I don't know about what's going on there. And I don't know if it's just content. But I noticed that and I was like, oh, Wack wanted to bomb on this nigga for a minute. Or now. Shit, so y'all could blame me. But he's bringing up a whole different point.
I mean, if she said that, yeah, that has a meaning.
She said, I'm his mistress. She's waiting for me to provide something. Don't wait for me. I don't owe you a thing.
Right.
And I have provided. I didn't allow you to use my resources that you just made a whole lot of money. When you couldn't get nothing done, my resources got it done for you. Just recently, currently, couple 100,000.
Wait, you made them a couple 100,000?
This is a fact.
How?
I ain't gonna speak on it right now, but plan on with me. I'm gonna speak on it. Right?
Yo, Wack is watching. Yo, how does Wack always know what I'm talking about? Yo, Wack. Yo, Wack.
Yo,
how do you know? How you know I'm talking about you?
Got spies, bro. I got 38 spies on the other side. I sent you. Look at the screenshot. I sent it to you. Y'all think I have 38 real spies? The 100 side is the opposite.
Wack, how do you know I'm talking? Like, I just started talking about like
38 real spies that send shit to him. But you didn't hear Sharice going off on you and calling you out your name beforehand. But you just said, see how he contradicts himself so much and he gets away with that shit. Not by us, of course not by us. So whenever you hear me say that, I'm saying it on behalf of us. I'm saying it for us because that's what we know, right? We know what's up. I'm talking about the acts and the Adams and the Vlads, like they really don't call this nigga out on his shit. Sometimes they do it in a friendly kind of way. They let him overpower them and overpunk them. No, make him stand on these bullshit lies.
Like 2 seconds ago.
Bro, I got my spy. About 4 or 5 of my spies hit me. Look what they just told me. This how you know I ain't capping. The last one just told me, Ak is talking about you on his screen. He's trying to prove that he didn't start the problem with you and Loose Cannon's wife.
Okay, Wack. Could we admit that? Do you think because you clearly have heard the clip? Do you think that I instigated it and I'm the person who started it? Because I don't want to be like.
Well, I think here goes the problem. I'm gonna be real, and I stand on it. Like, with me or you, certain people ain't qualified to be getting on this shit because we can do with them what we want, and you definitely led her to a fire. You did that.
Well, I didn't think she was going to say that, but I don't think it was that serious. I don't think it was that serious.
The conversation had nothing to do. Listen, the conversation had zero to do with me.
I disagree. I'm gonna tell you why I disagree. Because so I think in a valid sense when people say to Adam, "Yo, Adam, you and Brick were cool. We all know these guys are incarcerated, they're indicted, they're going to go through it." Also, they used to, I don't know what everybody did outside of this, but they were doing content or whatever to provide. Also, I ain't going to lie to you, I feel bad for them that they have to do content while incarcerated. So I'm like, maybe they're trying to, I heard Sharice once say.
Why do you feel bad for them? Because they're choosing to do that.
Well, I gotta imagine it's
the
probably
clout got them, bro.
No, I gotta think that's bringing in some income. So I always say,
come on, bro, get the fuck out of here. Bringing in what income? Bro, you can look and see what them numbers is. We know what this shit is, bro. Like, come on, Act.
Okay, but Wack, what I'm trying to say is, I feel like these people, and especially with the Brick and Adam thing, they're gonna go through some financial shit.
They want to stay relevant. You know how like Act. You know I don't give a fuck about the YouTube shit. I go play with my channel when I want to. I let my people put the shit up. I don't give a fuck, right? So but some people, bro, who get a taste of it and people start kind of knowing their names and their mind, they don't want that to go away. We don't have to do that type of shit. Niggas we are who we are regardless, right? So yeah, but you definitely, but that's what you do though. Like you ask a question.
Wait, Wack.
Adam does the same shit.
Hold on. You know where I was leading to with that?
It ain't on you. It ain't on you if they answer it.
Wait, you know where I was leading to with that? Because I brought this up to you before. And you tell me if I'm just a civilian square sucker for this. And by the way, chat, I'm saying this, Wack ain't calling me this, but this is my demeanor to certain things. Because I had brought up before, I said with Brick, I said, yo, if you put some money, whatever towards him, I'll match it. I ain't gonna lie, I was feeling the same way about Luce. I was like, yo, listen, and really, my thoughts towards them, Adam got the bread, but Adam cheap. Adam treat this shit like this is always business. To me, like, if Loose Cannon needed $5,000, I don't look at it like that. And that's why I was saying, the same way I said with Brick, I'm like, all right, well, if everybody's trying to contribute, like.
Yeah, but this was crazy, so why you feel you would do that? Like, you don't, y'all ain't got, I'm confused. I mean, unless you just looking for a friend.
No, I would think that everybody's trying to help these. You don't feel bad. So you know what I was going to bring up?
Who was everybody?
Wack, I was going to bring up
people that, this is how this works, bro. The people that you help are the people that will help you. That's how that works. The people you have a real relationship with, you know what I'm saying, is the people you can reach back to. That's how that works, bro.
Well, hear what I'm saying, Wack. If you, like, I would think that because of how well you know.
You can't put Wack and Akademiks relationship with a Loose, because y'all really ain't got a relationship. You know the nigga through me. Let's just be real.
Yeah, but like, I look at people favorably if I've done content with them. Put like this, I would think you wanted to contribute.
You did content with a Y. Now.
Yeah, through you. But here's the thing: if you, like, I would think you want to contribute.
You wouldn't know what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, me and your shit was organically done, right? Didn't nobody put us with each other, bro. It took years for us to build and looking over there. Nah. Let me test it. Nigga, all right, okay, I'll grant it to him. Fuck it, let's build. Our shit really was built. It's rooted.
Okay. I got a wild theory.
Nobody put me with Act. Like, Act, I brought my artist to your spot a couple times when you and what you call it was doing that shit. And, when my artist is there, I'm not trying to politic personal business. I get them in, get them out. Yeah. But with me and you, I was reaching. You'll reach back sometime. It took a couple years. But that happened because of me, right? So I wouldn't expect you to do a motherfucking thing now.
Oh, okay, why?
If I,
Here's a theory I got. My theory is this. I think I don't even think I care to know like the behind the scenes details. I think you and Luce ain't really seen eye to eye because your reaction towards a lot of this shit is really on some. Y'all don't really fuck with that nigga. And I think you're starting slow. You're attacking his woman, but you know if his woman is saying,
wait, hold on, slow down. I ain't attacking shit. I'm responding. When a motherfucker called me a bitch, listen, if my mama, my daughter, my woman called me that, I'm gonna say something back. That's a fact. When a woman called me a bitch, then you stepping out of place, bro. She called me a bitch on your show, my nigga. Like, what the fuck?
Wait, what
you
did
want
she
me
say?
to say?
How she
said I was Loose Cannon's mistress.
She was making a joke, Wack.
Hey, yo, check this out, Ack. I done walk 8-9 yards, bro. I don't joke like that. Now, if you gay and you got bitch up in you, then that's the way you joke. I don't joke like that, homie.
Wack, she was just basically saying y'all were friends. Y'all were friends. Y'all talked.
Ain't a nigga gonna stand in front of me and say that in front of me without something happening.
Wack, I ain't gonna. Wack, this is why I think you're slick.
Ain't no slick. It's no slick, bro.
I ask you directly. Let's get Sharice out the way.
You know how Muslims feel about pork?
No, I get it, because Wack, I think you're setting a Scud missile that's hitting some collateral damage. Okay.
No. I think what's happening is, see, let's be real. I didn't sit back and accept a lot of bullshit that been going on. I ain't said nothing. I'm not stupid. Ack, if you looked up and the 100 side of Clubhouse was going at you, right? And you looked up and R&B's on fucking Instagram going at you, who you gonna hold responsible for that? And who you gonna say is the reason that's happening?
Okay, yeah, but you didn't go at Luce. You went at her. Why didn't you address Luce?
My question.
No, I get it. I would blame you, but I would ignore her
so if I look
and talk about you.
If I look up and your little minions and now your woman is disrespecting me, I gotta say it's you, bro.
So what you didn't address Luce though? You addressed the woman.
I address Luce every motherfucking day. Dead homies on the phone. Fuck out of here.
So wait,
nigga, I don't bite. Listen, bro. I told him straight up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro. Like at some point, I told him like, bro, y'all don't want to play this game with me, Ack. You know how fucked up I can get. You know I keep a box of shit over there, bro. I told him like, bro,
I listened to Luce. I listened to Luce, and he literally said like he said, "Yo, I fuck with Wack. I don't understand. I'm in jail." It feel like
you know why, Ack? Cause you the nigga that they are find in the dark alley. Cause you sleep. Actions speak louder than words, homie.
Wack, let me ask you a question.
You the nigga that would have got in the car, knowing you done seen all this shit. Man, get in the car, I don't know what's going. You'd have got your dumb ass in the car, and they'd have found your ass somewhere. Nah, bro.
Wack.
Listen, if my team is moving a certain way, that's because I'm moving a certain way. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, but let me ask you this. My theory, after seeing all of this, I said, I don't think Wack ever fuck with Luce. I think Wack used
you
Luce.
A motherfucking stupid ass lie. I wouldn't have never gave him the clout and the lift I gave him if I didn't fuck with him. See,
no. It helped you because it hurt Big U.
Let's everybody keep it real.
It helped you because it hurt Big U.
Y'all watch Loose Cannon create a fake narrative to try to start a fake beef when he thought he had what it took to go out there, not realizing you up off my relationship. Them are my friends. I'm just gonna turn it off like they can turn it off with me.
Okay, wait. So you're making sense. So you think that Luce tried to backstab you early when he thought he had the clout?
Y'all seen it. Everybody saw it.
You didn't call it out then though. You didn't call it out then.
Bullshit. I called it out on No Jumper. Even all of them said, "Yo, Luce, what you talking about? Wack ran content on you where?" He couldn't provide it, but he was talking it. But shit started happening. I told him, bro, you got 30 days and it'll be over. That's what I told him. And then shit started happening. He got into it with Cowboy the next day. Then the day after that, he went to jail. Now, you in the situation. You know what I did? when most niggas is down and stab a nigga up, I just got quiet. I laid back and I sat back and I just watched it. I watched that. I didn't say nothing. And then when I got tired of it, I went on one and I let a few missiles go. Like, it's a lot I know, bro.
Okay.
One thing you know about me.
I know how you play.
I'm a real slick, crafty ass nigga when I want to be.
Hey, Wack. Okay.
Right. So my thing is this. Hey, look, bro. Don't play no games with me. Just go your way. It is cool. I'm not tripping because my path is my path. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So let's establish this. Are you cool with Loose right now, or is it fuck Loose?
No, it's like everybody go their way, bro, because I can't trust it.
So you can't trust them?
Okay. No, why can't? How can you trust it? Hey, look, bro, listen. I got disrespected 6-7 times, homie. And I'm like, hey, homie, I'm telling him on the phone, hey, homie, what's happening? Niggas is good at, I don't know. I thought a putty cat. Nigga, I'm not no bozo. If it walk like a duck, quack like a duck, I'm not going to call it a fucking chicken. That's a fucking duck. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My team ain't going to come at you unless I authorize my team to come at you. And if they keep coming at you and I find out and I ain't with it, ain't going, I talked to them, act. No, I'm going to denounce them, nigga. Hey, nigga, I told you already, that's my family. Stop doing that shit. I don't fuck with this nigga. Well, I'm going to let everybody know what it is. But you're not going to whisper at me, but then don't never let it be known, bro. I'm not stupid, my nigga. I'm not slow. Ain't nothing slow about me. And you know, the quieter I get, the more I'm plotting.
Okay.
The quieter I get, it's some shit going on. I'm not slow.
All right, so Wack, you pretty much
stupid.
answered the question, because I ain't gonna lie, I was gonna ask you directly, be like, listen, Wack, you throw him a little 5-piece, I throw him 5-piece.
I can't trust you, bro.
Okay,
How
we
can
can't
you
trust
me?
Okay, I get it.
Bro,
I
let
get
me
it.
ask you something.
No, you're making some sense. I get
if
you.
R&B just straight calling you a bitch, you gonna know either Wack saying something to her or Wack is stamping this shit. That's dude woman. Ain't no way she know our relationship and she'd get at me like that if he ain't somewhere behind it.
But let me ask you this question, though, Wack.
Am I right or wrong, bro?
No, you're absolutely right, but I'll ask you this question. So, this is what, when you lock in with somebody and you get close to somebody, or that's your man's or whatever, just like how you say you have a war chest, you don't think Luce know a few things about you that, you know what I mean?
Don't nobody know a motherfucking thing about me, bro.
Yeah, he gotta know some shit about you. Come on. If y'all friends, you know shit about him, you know shit about you.
Bro.
It's never one way.
Hey, bro, bullshit, because you gotta remember.
So, Luce told you all his secrets and you know none of his?
Wack don't hang out with niggas. You gotta remember, I'm not the one trying to get in. It's my boat. You know, I'm not the nigga trying to get in. I'm already me, bro, with or without a nigga. You get what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if you come or go. So I don't have to do the extracurricular things, bro. I don't have to say shit, none of that shit.
Interesting.
I don't gotta do none of that shit, bro. It's like, and I don't hang out with nobody, bro. I don't hang with no nigga. Niggas can't even get in my vehicle, bro. I allowed dude to ride with me one time, bro.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Do you think, you see, this is, I think, a risk you're taking, even speaking out, though.
I'm not taking no risk on shit.
Suppose Luce now.
A risk about what?
Suppose Luce now says, right? Yo, the government talk to him and be like, yo, that fight had no jumper.
I never did nothing illegal with that, man.
No. Suppose he say, yo, that fight had no jumper. Wack told me to beat that nigga up. It was Wack idea.
I'm not worried about none of that because that never happened. I'm not from rolling 60s, nigga. I'm not a motherfucking crip. You got to remember, it's 9 cameras up there. Y'all ain't seen the other footage. I'd have. My team is on the wall on the side of my vehicle, my nigga. I'm not worried about none of that shit. I'm not worried about. I know details about that shit that he don't even realize about to come out.
He telling.
The victim got phone records. I don't
sound like telling to me.
I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm not worried about none of that because it had nothing to do with me.
Hey, Wack, let me ask you a question. If Luce, y'all were cool at some point. If Luce had said to you and he pulled you to the side and said, "Yo, Wack, listen, I don't want to get too much into it, but some of this Big U shit might tie to me. Could you chill off running content on that because I don't want it to get to nothing."
Running content on what, bro? What are you talking about?
Running content on...
Bro, Luz has a robbery, bro. He ain't got nothing to do with a murder.
No.
Y'all be saying
but
the
it's a
dumbest
robbery.
shit.
It's a robbery for Big U. So if he said, "Could you chill off running..."
Okay, but nigga, Act, we didn't talk
Third party cooperation, baby.
Nigga, you can't find nowhere where Wacker 600 ever uttered a word about that. We didn't know nothing about it to talk about it.
Okay, but I heard...
What are you talking about?
I heard he was on the phone when the mother of the deceased was telling you about Big U shit, and I think he was getting nervous to say, "Oh,
Everybody was on the phone.
But here's the thing.
He had been talking to them people a year himself.
Wack. Like I feel like you're being elusive here.
What is that? Yo, what does that have to do with
if me in person A,
what does that have to do with his case though? Nothing.
Listen.
If Luz has nothing to do with the murder, bro.
Wack, you talking over because you know I'm getting to a point. The point is this.
You're not getting to a point. You don't even make sense.
No, he used to
salute, Mike. Salute, bro.
So when
it don't matter what he used to do, he had nothing to do with the murder.
Yeah, but he's now part of an indictment where the murder and the robberies are part of. So he's locked up
it
because...
don't matter. He has nothing to do with the murder. They cannot.
Wack, let me ask you one direct question.
They will not convict Luz Cannon of no murder.
Yeah, but
you niggas understand what that means?
Wack,
his individual
Wack,
case
you're changing the
fucking
topic.
Robbery.
Wack, you're changing the topic.
What?
Let me ask you this question.
I'm not.
No. Wait. Let me ask you. I'm gonna ask you one singular question.
No, I want you to clear that up, nigga.
What?
Via 600 never once talked about a robbery. He did.
Yeah, no, I never said you did. You see, you're projecting. You never. So
what the fuck Luz Cannon got to do with a murder?
Let him talk.
I'm saying if he's involved with other crimes, that the main crime, like put like this. So here's the question I want to answer. And you've read the indictment. I just want to hear a yes or no answer.
You sound dumb as fuck.
Wack, you're not trying to have me answer the question. Wack, do you think Luz Cannon would be in an indictment if they did not have an investigation going on Big U? Yes or no?
I mean, how the fuck would I know? The nigga snitched on Luz, but called himself telling on him about whatever Luz did.
Why? You just said Luz told on himself. You said Luz told about the robberies. The point is...
Bingo. Drop a bomb for that one. You see how this nigga can just lie? How you talk both out of both sides of your mouth like that? How do you do that? I know how you can do it, but just do it on a grand stage like this, and you really rarely get checked. And you look in the comment section and say, "Damn, how did he just do that?" You just said he told on this. Now you saying Big U told on. Which one is it? Is it both? Because if it was both, you would have said both. You would have said he told on himself with the help of Big U, but you don't say that. You say Luz Cannon told on himself. Then you say, well, with the telling of Big U, what? So confusing. My head hurts too.
Did you read the paperwork? Victim
Clip it.
With this fucking Dale monster.
Clip it.
Right? Already had turned in the shit. They're saying Luz Cannon collaborated with Victim 1 had already told them.
On your phone that you set the call up with. You set the call up. Let me remind you that you knew Dale was working. And if Dale is working, you know he's wired for sound. But what you're not saying, and what you're not shedding light on, you was wired for sound also. And that's why you had it done on your phone.
What are you talking about, bro? This right there.
I ain't gonna lie. This is why...
No, you don't stop doing that.
Now, Wack, you're a master of this.
See, what you're doing now, because you stupid.
No, Wack, you're changing the parameters.
I'm not changing it. Hey,
Wack.
Victim 1 in 2022 already have fucking reported doing whatever.
Wack, you're like a hood politician. I'm gonna tell you why. Because
I'm not a hood shit.
No, you stick to your talking points. No. You stick to your talking points, and you know how to get people off their point.
No, bro, because see what you do is when the talking points ain't in favor of you, you try to go somewhere else.
Wack,
clear that up.
Wack, I'll concede whatever you're saying. I'm telling you one main point. If I did some dirt with person A, and you then start running content on person A, and I start to feel like, oh, person A about to get taken down, but if he get taken down, maybe some of his other
running content on person A as well.
Okay.
Are you leaving that out?
Okay, but at a certain point, you're saying
ran content on Big U.
Wack, it's two different type of content. It's one content that says the police picking.
There's two different type of content.
You're talking over me, Wack.
The shit he said, hey, listen, that nigga said
Wake that up, man.
Big U was
But it was a body.
numbers and selling them to the homies. Then he said this Nipsey Hustle shit.
Right, but that didn't trigger the police to come in. That didn't trigger the whole thing to come crumbling down. It was the body.
Ran big, crazy, light shining shit. Did he not?
Wack, you're right, and that is some self-snitching.
Okay, then.
Hold on, wait. Hold on. Here's the difference.
Don't tell me what content I can't
Here's
run.
the difference. You spoke about what the police was going to do. They found DNA finger under the fingernail.
About shit. We pressed play on what two ladies called and said we didn't know. We ain't talk to the police, nigga.
Yeah, no, we didn't say you talked to the police.
All we did was press play.
Whack. See, now you're about to try to trick. We didn't say you talked to the police. What we're saying is that it's one thing to tell stories. It's another thing to say. It's another thing to give out.
That wasn't no story, bro. That was talking about a real crime, nigga.
Wack. I mean, what is he saying in court? He's saying I was just BSing. You said you gave out.
Bro, you can't listen to me, bro. You got the victim. You got the victim in 2022. I think you missing it. The victim was already working for the feds. You get what I'm telling you?
Yeah, but Wack,
so
you brought an investigation. It's one thing, a story. You brought an investigation to light before the arrest. And I think that's where he was feeling uncomfortable because he's like, this is making it super hot.
Slow down.
Okay.
Who brought it up? I don't sound like a bitch. Do I sound like a woman?
No, why?
Okay, so there was two female voices, right?
Yeah, but who played it? How did we hear those voices?
Yeah, we definitely played it. That's a fact.
Okay, so if you played it, you basically co-signed it.
Bro, I'm letting every nigga know right now. When it's on with Wack, everything goes. You can't antagonize me and don't think I get some shit on you, I'm not going to antagonize.
Even if that's going to get you locked up and thrown away. But remember, this is a gangster. This is a pyro. This a gangster talking, y'all. That runs content with a group of people called the exposers. They expose snitching and rats. They read people's paperwork because they going after rats. Oh, they can't stand them rats. Pest control at its finest. But all that shit changes if we start beefing. Then all weapons are available and on the table, including weaponizing the feds, law enforcement, all of that. All of that is on the table when you're dealing with these dudes. That's what he just told you. Listen up, people. You know who I'm talking to. Listen up, folks. The ones that's abundering right now. Listen to what he's saying. Long as we cool, I'ma protect you. But the moment we not and we enemies, I'm unleashing law enforcement, whatever it takes to get you up out of here.
You back. That's a fact.
No one even is arguing or even. I think people understand that. A lot of people.
Out of here, Big U was running content on me every other week.
Wack. Nobody is saying that what you did, because obviously you don't like the dude, is out of bounds. What people are saying is that if your mans could be caught up in it, don't you have some consideration for him?
Act. Listen, here goes the fact of the matter, right? Because you trying to put apples with fucking...
This ain't apples and oranges, no.
No, there's some totally is apples and steak. Loose Cannon parole per the paperwork is he collaborated a crime that was already reported. You get that? Okay? So, what you got to understand was they were concluding their investigation whether we knew it or not. Loose Cannon wasn't part of the fucking extortion like Big U was collecting up until March 14th, March 15th. He was still collecting until 2 days before they got him. Per the paperwork, Loose Cannon shit was already there. See, what y'all don't know, is Loose had already been pulled in on this situation. This what your dumb ass
Whoa. Slow it down. Wait, what happened?
You think you know? No, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to leave that right there. You think you know everything, and you don't.
So, Loose, all right, hold on. But Wack, that's even more.
Hold on. I'm going to leave you in Squareville.
Wack. Wack.
You don't know everything,
I'm not saying I do.
None of this shit.
But Wack,
nothing new.
Wack, you know this makes you look worse though. Like if Loose was pulled in, you as his man should say, I'm not talking about nothing associated with that no more.
Hey, bro,
that part
was running content. He didn't give a fuck. Nobody gave a fuck. What are you talking about?
So he already been down there. He already being investigated. You know he's already been down there. You know he's being investigated for these crimes, but you don't care. That even though you saying that's your boy, but you don't care about that because at the end of the day, it's about catching your man. So it doesn't matter that if they do swoop in and get your target, that your man gonna get snatched too, and you know it. You know he under investigation, and you know. When they come in and swoop your target, they're going to swoop him too. But you don't care about none of that. I hope you listening to that, Luce. But I think you already know, Luce. I think you already know, and that's why you're doing what you're doing and been doing since you've been arrested. And that's why Wack is up in the uproar right now because he thought he had the little nigga completely, confused. He thought he had him. He thought he had him out. But Wack always gonna have some contingent plans tucked away. That's why I say this shit about to get ugly. Because of what they're talking about right now. I love how Ack brought that up though. I'm a little shocked and I'm a little weary. I'm not gonna lie. I'm cautiously optimistic with this conversation. Because that's an excellent point. You knew that you just said we didn't know. That Loose Cannon that got pulled in a year prior to that. But you knew it. And so you know he talked to them people. And you knew that he was under investigation because he told you. But you also knew that without him telling you. That's why he was a prime subject for you. That's what attracted you to him in the first place. So what he thinking, we just doing this content thing. But when you threw out the RW, they knew that the walls was closing now. Because that's what they needed to have out there to come get him. And Luce knew. That's why him and his girl was contemplating on running. If they snatch Big U for real, they snatching you too. And Wack knew it. He knew it and didn't give a damn. Let's finish.
Nigga, don't tell me I can't run content.
Now it's content.
Get the fuck out of here.
So you're saying after the feds pulled him in, he was running content on Big U still?
That's a fact.
Okay, well, he's stupid then. I'll call him stupid. Yeah, he's stupid.
Fuck is you talking about?
All right, hold on. Wait.
I'm gonna run hey, listen. I was running Big U content before Loose Cannon even came and sat on the side of me.
No, I get that.
Because he on the side of me, I'ma stop Fuck no.
Yeah, Wack. So you tell me.
You know what he did? You know what he did? He ran Big U content.
Wack, let me ask you a question. If you know, I've heard you mention.
We've been running Big U content since 2022, bro. Luce didn't come sit on the side of me till January 2024.
Oh, all right, Wack. So.
Wait a minute. What did he just say? Let's run that back. Let's run that back a little bit. Listen to what he just said now.
Big U content before Luce Cannon even came and sat on the side of me.
No, I get that.
Wait a minute. Let me go back just a second more because I want to make sure I'm correct on what I just heard.
Nobody gave a fuck. What are you talking about? Nigga, don't tell me I can't run content and another nigga running content. Get the fuck out of here.
So you're saying after the feds pulled him in, he was running content on Big U still?
That's a fact.
Okay, well, he's stupid then. I'll call him stupid. Yeah, he's stupid.
Fuck is you talking about?
All right, sorry, hold on. Wait.
I'm gonna run my, hey, look. Hey, listen. I was running Big U content before Luce Cannon.
He was running Big U content before Luce Cannon came in.
Even came and sat on the side of me.
No, I get that.
Because he on the side of me, I'ma stop? Fuck no.
Yeah, Wack, so you tell me.
You know what he did? You know what he did? He ran Big U content.
Wack, let me ask you an ethical question. If, you know, I've heard you mention.
We've been running Big U content since 2022, bro. Luce didn't come sit on the side of me till January 2024.
So he said Luce been running content on him since 2022. Or they been running it since 2022. Luce didn't come sit next to him until 2024. Interesting. So what about this?
You know why he know the footage exists? You know why Luce Cannon know that the footage I speak of is real?
That's the baby woman?
That's his fucking cousin.
Oh shit, bro. I'm done. I'm gone. All right, y'all.
You didn't catch when I said you stupid. Luce been with me the whole time, you dumb, stupid ass. Niggas over there shaking like knots right now. God.
Luce has been with him the whole time. He made a diss song about Wack. He made a diss song. That was the play to do that.
Come on.
He said I got about 50 niggas on the street right now. A motherfucking loyal member underneath him. That's how you do it. You always keep one right there. Like, go at me all the time.
Dang. Luce been wanting to come out.
I'm asking you an ethical question.
Huh. What about that? Interesting. That's what you do. That's the play. Yeah, that's the play. You keep one right there by you. You keep one right there by you. That's the play. He made a diss song about him. That was the play. He been about him the whole time. That was the play. Huh? So which one is it? Because now we confused, y'all. This is the point I wanted to make earlier that I was telling y'all about. That's interesting to me. Was he up under you the whole time like you said? That's why Big U was over there shaking like knots? Your words, not mine? Or did he come around you in 2024? Let's finish.
All right.
You're right. Hold on. I'm asking you an ethical question because I've heard you mention this. I don't even know who he is. Maybe I met him. I don't know.
Oh, Savage, I was ready for it. See, but if I would have spoke about it when the video first started, I would have been like, what is he talking about? So I had to wait till we got to that part so I can play it. Or I was locked and loaded for that point. You feel me? You feels me? So how can someone like him who lies like that, manipulate shit like that, be considered a reliable source? I'm talking to the feds right now. Forget the naysayers. I'm talking to the feds direct. How can someone who lies and manipulates like that be considered a reliable source in the court of law on Big U, CW2, aka CS2
You like Cuban Rob, right? Like that's a guy you roll
Hey,
with.
bro, don't mention my homeboys' names, bro. He ain't got nothing to do with none of that.
No.
Shit,
I'm using a random scenario.
My homie, hey, bro, what did you say? My homie.
Oh, my mama.
He's not an internet dude, bro.
No, but Wack, you mentioned nobody would know his name if you didn't mention. Hear what I'm saying? If you know,
he ain't no internet
hold on.
dude. When I talk about it, I talk about other shit, bro. Like, he ain't no internet.
All right, God forbid somebody pulled him in to question him. You would run content on that?
What are you talking about?
No, yes, because that's a that's a parallel to the loose cannon thing. You're saying that even after the feds pulled in loose,
you sound dumb as
you're gaslighting. What? You know why people love our conversation?
Hey, bro,
because
here's the fact of the matter. This nigga loose cannon, he read more content on Big U than me every morning.
Okay,
he even made new names up for the nigga.
Wack, you know the funny thing is?
Am I right or wrong?
He did make up names. Hold on. This is why people love our conversations, because everybody knows, and by the way, in chat, everybody. When Wack, anytime you corner Wack start dissing you. Wack, you get what that's a valid point, though.
Hey, yo, Act. We've been running grid program paperwork on this dude 2-3 years, bro. That's been our punch, our kick.
All right, so Wack, if
Loose Cannon brought the new shit to the table,
so Wack,
our shit was just grid.
Okay, cool. So if
we didn't know nothing about nothing else, nigga.
I get you. So if someone who I thought you consider as a friend came to you and said, "Yo, the feds just pulled me in and they're asking about Big U," you still would run content on the same shit that the feds are inquiring about.
I'm gonna keep running my grid content. You fucking right. And guess what he did? He kept running his big useless content every day. Did he not?
Oh shit! All right, I get it.
Did he not?
Yeah, I mean,
did he not?
Well, I don't know. Okay, I'll ask you this: when did
he not?
I can't answer that question until I ask you this: when did the feds pull him in?
Your chat?
No. When did the feds pull him in? Because he started acting very different towards any Big U conversation.
Hey, bro, see,
no, serious.
You gotta use your brain. See, you gotta use your brain, Act.
Wack, when did the feds pull him in?
Listen,
Ack is using his brain, and Ack is making a lot of goddamn sense. He was okay doing the big useless content and the big uterus content and all that content, right? And taking the shots at him and all that. He was cool with doing all that when it didn't involve crimes that can get an investigation triggered and people shackled and taken to jail. But when he heard that alleged body that they all knew about but never spoke about, that's when shit switched up. And that's what Akademiks is talking about. See, when you and 600 start talking about that, that's what shook shit up. It was no longer just a content thing. And y'all did that deliberately. I don't know if y'all been paying attention, but have you heard him talk about the ladies that gave him the content? It's almost like he's saying that those people that was on his phone really didn't exist. Well, not that they didn't exist, but they were fake. They wasn't the real people. So I wonder who was them people on TMZ. Because if you listen to Wack talk about, he's very dismissive about the ladies that was on the phone with him that day. This shit is interesting. But y'all brought it to the internet. And that's when him and Brick started acting different. Because of that. And y'all turned it up when y'all put that out there.
Look, let's just use your brain, right?
Okay.
If I told you
we coming for them contracts.
Been running grid programs since 2022, 2023, right?
Okay.
That's all we knew to run. And we didn't know who the fuck Loose Cannon was until January 2024. What does that tell you?
Wack, I'm not denying none of what you're saying, but you're
Answer the question.
Yes.
What does that tell you?
Loose brought new shit to the table. We're not. Wack.
Okay,
Hold on. Wack.
Hold on. Do you not think he knew about the grid program me and 600 was running?
Yeah, Wack, that has nothing. You brought something to the table just now. You said the feds. Hold on. I think Loose was dumb and just talking shit.
Look,
I'm saying if you knew your man got pulled in by the feds, don't you think at that point, even if he don't stop, you'd be like, man, I'm done talking about this. If you say the feds question you about this, I'm good.
We continue to run our grid program shit all of 2020. Loose didn't come around till January 2024, bro. Wack and 600 been rocking about the grid for years. Loose came around January 2024.
Wack, you're the master at added information nobody asked.
Hey,
Listen.
guess what? What did he come around? What did he do? Hold on. Did he pick up the grid or did he put new shit on the table?
He put new shit on the table. But when did the feds pull him in? Because we only care from after that point.
Listen, act. Let's do the math. God damn, let me slow it down. Maybe you've been drinking.
No, Wack. You're dancing.
Look, no, I'm not.
You're dancing.
And we didn't know nothing of him until
Wack,
January.
Luz thought that it was all fun and games, and then the feds pulled him in, and he switched it up. You did.
You the civilian. You ain't gonna get a straight answer, but I'm gonna give you enough to go on. Nigga, that shit don't work for me. You better do that with a bitch or one of these